Desis are people from countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, and some other countries in that region. The same way Gringo means a white person. Terms aside, the point of this video is that a lot of people from Southeast Asia, from these countries, have had this dream for a very long time. It's been brewing since more than 10 years, maybe 20. And the dream has been to settle, to move to countries like US, Canada. There are three major problems that they're encountering today because of just the timing, right? So at that time, yes, it used to be a great option. Today, the families are split apart. Someone's mom is stuck outside, someone's sister is not able to see him, children are split in different countries. So those are some of the typical situations. So yes, one of the family members might be a citizen or might have a permanent residency, but the problem they face is that they aren't able to get their remaining family people to reunite, and it's getting tougher and tougher. Immigration processing times have astronomically increased. Citizenships are distant now, right? Before, citizenships used to happen in a year and a half, and they used to stabilize finally. But now it's taking years and years and years. The third big issue that everyone is facing, even the locals, right, is the inflation. Extreme inflation, extremely high taxes. So blowing up half your cash to live in misery is really a great suffering. And a lot of people who have settled are deeply suffering. On the flip side, a lot of my clients come from Western countries, right? Americans and Canadians have seen this happen. They're not new to this. They have seen how the inflation has gone up. They have seen how the country has changed. They have seen how the leadership is acting. And most of them have quietly acquired quick statuses in different countries. One of the quickest and the easiest ones has been Mexico, because they have had programs specifically for Americans and Canadians to qualify. Mexico is an open country. It's a flexible country. It has a lot of the freedom. A lot of these American and Canadian government websites say and talk about how much crime Mexico has. So if you read, let's say, the state websites, you're going to freak out. But look who's talking, right? Some of these countries have had attacks on their past presidents, right? Even something like that happened in Japan some time ago. So when you talk about the security and the crime situation in other countries, you also have to look at the other side, right? Some of these websites just talk one way. They don't look at what's happening inside, aren't bothered with what happens on their own soil. This is where I think while Americans and Canadians are trying to quickly grab residencies and citizenships, they already come with at least one other citizenship. Let's say it's through descent. Someone's mom is from Scotland, someone's father is from Italy, someone's grandfather is from some other country. So they're quickly able to acquire all these second nationalities by default through ancestry, through descent. Unfortunately, because such a concept never existed in Southeast Asia, a lot of these people are sitting on a thin sheet of paper. I like calling this as a thin sheet of paper because it has no meaning, it has no value, right? You're literally there at the mercy of God, and the knife can fall at any time, right? So it can be catastrophic. So it's very important to start looking at options outside. A lot of you guys have reached out and you've said, do we qualify? Does this nationality qualify? Well, this does not go by nationality, right? There's clear criteria. It goes by the income requirements, right? And they are the same for any country national. So if you are affected, if you are looking for that solid option, right, where you are looking for stability, solidity, one of the biggest benefits that Mexico gets for Desis is that it reunites the family. There are simple options to include your parents, children, and even siblings, in some cases indirectly, right? Based on the age of your sibling, a sibling could be included if you are including the parent, right? So if the parent qualifies, the other siblings automatically qualify. So Mexico has this broad umbrella for qualifying criteria, and we specialize in getting this residency the fastest. In fact, the card issuance through us, we have legal mechanism where we speed things up, and we are able to get the cards from the immigration for our clients in literally 1 day. And if you have missed that all important video, you can return and take a look at this one. I've covered this in a lot of detail. I've shown how this is acquired. And if this is something that you're interested in getting for yourself, getting for your family, you can always click the link, book a call. We can have a quick discussion and get you started with one of our top attorneys in Mexico. Now, family unity is one thing. The second big thing is freedom plus access to an elite country. Now, yes, there is crime in Mexico. There are different pockets. Some pockets are extraordinary. They're much better and much safer than a lot of cities, let's say in the US or Canada. So Mexico is my personal favorite, and not just mine. A lot of Americans, if you read the forum, if you read some of the comments from American subscribers on this channel, they talk very highly about Mexico. They're moving to Mexico for a cheaper, a better life, nice people, less crime, affordability, and so many other things, right? Even medical care is unaffordable in the US. In Canada, the quality of service is always a complaint, but that's not the case in Mexico. You're going to get affordable, solid healthcare, and you have a flexible pathway. So you don't have to quit what you're doing in your Western countries, or let's say you're in UAE or Saudi Arabia. You don't have to change anything. You acquire your Mexican option. It's a flexible option. Of course, you can exercise your option to go and start living in a beautiful country like Mexico, but it's not necessary. You get the time that you need, and then whenever you feel like converting to a nationality, getting the solid Mexican passport, then you can obviously adhere to the minimum stay requirements, complete your requirements, and then apply for the Mexican citizenship. This citizenship is stronger than the Canadian and the American citizenships because of three things. One, it has ETA to Canada. It has a TN access to US. I've covered this whole TN topic in a lot of detail. This is far stronger than any visa-free access. The third one, the big one, is the APEC privilege. So you have business access to top 19 countries. If you put everything together, I don't think the American or the Canadian passports compete with the Mexican passport. So I think this makes a lot of sense to start the clock, trigger the clock. Don't have to move. It's a flexible residency. When the right time comes, you obviously complete your requirements for citizenship. I've had a separate video with my attorney discussing how easy or difficult the citizenship process is, and unlike some of the other Latin countries, this is streamlined, right? There's a certain time frame, set time frame, so the citizenship works systematically. And as I said, the Mexican office, in my opinion, is one of the fastest that I've ever seen. Literally never seen anyone print the card in front of you. It's crazy. Now, is Mexico the only option? Not at all. Mexico is a great option, is a beautiful option. It's a strong option, but a lot of my clients qualify for other places, right? So you could do Mexico, you can have 2 or 3 other options. Let's say you don't qualify for Mexico just yet. You can easily qualify for a bunch of other options, and Latin America is just one side of things. You obviously have permanent residencies in Africa, 2 real solid permanent residencies. A lot of my clients are now looking at Africa as a side option. And then also there are a few hidden gems in the Asian side, right? There are a couple of very good options on the Asia side. Again, as I said, you can always reach us and we can discuss the best one. Which side, right? Which side you want? If you're really savvy, you want all the sides, but if you're really looking for that one solid option in place so your family does not suffer, maybe you have a combination, right? Let's say you do the Mexico for citizenship, you do a Paraguay for taxation, you have this combination, you systematically structure this correctly, and that way you're not only chopping off your taxes, you're earning the same money, because let's say you're doing an online business or you want to convert to an online mode of business, you have this option. The moment you find the right kind of job, you switch your country, you put the minimum amount of time, you switch your tax base to another country, and you can trigger this option the moment the time is right. But if you don't start now, these options can be taken away. Sooner rather than later, the requirements keep increasing. The Mexican requirements increase as we speak sometimes, right? The moment we say something, the next month the requirements have gone up. And it could very well be possible that some of these programs will shut down forever. So before it's too late, reach us. We can have that discussion, get you started with the right option of your choice. I hope you like this video, and if you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to turn on the subscription, because I keep updating latest changes and keep sharing them with you. So stay notified. All right, catch you in the next one.